All right. Hello, Noam. It's so great to have the opportunity to get a chance to talk with you and to meet you. Thank you so much for taking time to chat with me today. You're in Israel right now. I want to let everybody know we're working through the Zoom. So every now and again, the internet might change. Hello, or it's so great to have the opportunity to get a chance to talk with you and to meet you. That's not going to work. Let me stop that. All right, Noam, what I just realized, I am not going to stream it onto YouTube because that brings everything right back at me, like I have myself talking to myself. So scratch that. We're starting over. All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm really excited to have Noam here, Noam Tyroler, who is the author of the book Thai Acupressure for Orthopedic Disorders. Noam, you're over in Israel, and I really appreciate you taking time to speak with me today. How are you doing?
I'm great. We're having a shutdown now here in Israel. It's a strong second wave. Corona. Yeah, but we can see clients. I cannot teach. I'm not allowed to go more than 500 meters. That would be, I don't know how many yards or feet away from my home. Not here because it's a small town, so we do everything. We can do everything we like.
Yeah. Oh man, that I hear you. It's been so interesting. We had one shutdown here in Florida for 2 months, but you're saying that you guys are on your second time doing this. But you said that you're able to you can see clients individually one-on-one. Yes. And is it common that people are wearing face masks when you're practicing with them doing Thai massage, or is that not an issue?
Not at all. I don't think that many practitioners use masks. Israelis are they're a bit wild. They don't follow recommendations, and so nobody wears mask. We're supposed to wear masks, huh? But we don't.
You know, we have a lot of that going on in the US of A as well. That might be a common thread between Israel and USA.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Oh man, well that's good to hear that you're able to still work. Personally, when we were closed down here, we weren't able to have the studio open, and officially we weren't supposed to work. I didn't work, and it really I'd always had the feeling that as a massage therapist and practicing and teaching yoga, I always kind of felt like a computer would never be able to take away what we're able to do in terms of hands-on work. Like I figured I would always have a job, and nothing like a computer or a machine wouldn't be able to do as great as what a human can do. And then when this happened, it really kind of pulled the rug out, because it was like all of what we do is about being, with people and actually making physical contact with people. So I have to admit it created a feeling personally that how am I gonna get through this? How will I overcome this? So things are evolving and getting better, but it's been a really challenging experience. How have you processed all of it?
Yeah, it was shocking last time. Uh, the last shutdown was a bit shocking. Yeah,
Yeah.
but now we're kind of used to it, and hopefully this will be the last one. Soon, I don't know, a few months, half a year, we will have not only us, but also you. You will have the herd immunity, and Corona will disappear.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree. And, I want to let everybody know a little bit of why I'm really excited to have a chance to talk with you today. The book that you wrote, Thai Acupressure for Orthopedic Disorders, I studied in Thailand in Chiang Mai in 2001, and then I had gone back and studied again in 2004. And as I kept practicing Thai massage, I was really interested in learning about the Sen lines, which are the energy lines in the body work with Thai massage, and I had very limited resource to piece together how the acupressure system in Thai massage really worked. And I couldn't find any books that really explained what was going on. And so I would reference Chinese acupuncture manuals and then try to look at my Thai massage books and see where the points on the Chinese lines would actually match up with the lines in Thai massage. And then I was searching the internet and your book popped up, and I was blown away because I thought, oh my gosh, someone's actually done the research to put all of this information together. And then when I actually got your book and saw the amount of detail that you put into this, I mean, it's like a college level textbook, in my opinion, like a medical textbook. I was just blown away. I was so excited to think that someone also was feeling the same way I was, but then to actually go that extra yard or millions of miles to put it together, I'm really impressed. Can you tell us like how you first got involved in Thai massage and a little bit of your journey of that, what brought you to the point of going this far and publishing this type of work?
Yeah, I arrived in Thailand in 1989, first time. I didn't know about the existence of Thai massage. I didn't care about it. I was not a bodywork practitioner. Um, Someone on the beach offered massages, but I didn't want to let someone I don't know touch me. But I met a girl there on the beach, and she told me that she will, when she's going to go to northern Thailand, and she will learn Thai massage in Chiang Mai. And
Ah,
so when I arrived in Chiang Mai, the next day I went to the old medicine hospital. That was the only school to learn Thai massage in Chiang Mai then. There was Wat Po in Bangkok, in old medicine hospital in Chiang Mai. Um, so I went there and did the registration. She did not arrive. I hope that she will come the next day. The next day the course started, but she never showed up. I came to meet her. Actually, I didn't care about the course, but I stayed and I fell in love with the course, with Thai massage. I couldn't explain what it is that I am falling in love with. There was a magic in it that I could not understand. Later, when I did a few weeks of Vipassana at Wat Lampeng near Chiang Mai, I understood that the magic that I felt was um, relaxation or concentration. You know what they call samatha.
yeah,
Samatha, samadhi in Sanskrit or samatha in Pali. And for them, if you speak with someone who involves in meditation, for them, Thai massage, also acupuncture, huh, is healing with concentration, with samatha. And
yes.
so I took, yeah, I did this course, and right afterwards I did another course. And in these years, for 4 years, I would work a few months a year in Europe during the summer in Europe, and then had a small business there, and then travel mostly to Thailand. I would stay a few months a year in Thailand and study again and again Thai massage.
Mm, nice.
And then I think that I took maybe 8 courses of Thai massage with different teachers, different places. over the years, and then I came back home to Israel and started to, give massages, treat people. And 2 years later, there's a large college here in Israel for holistic medicine, and they asked me to teach there. And my students kept on asking me to teach them how to treat orthopedic disorders, but I
Mm,
didn't know how to do it. I was not interested in. I was interested in the magic of Thai massage, and I wanted to introduce it to other people, but I didn't care about treating pain, and that was not my focus. But
mm,
so I was treating people, and people came with problems. I was frustrated because I didn't know how to treat them. I didn't know how to help them. Sometimes my general massage helped, but it was not clear to me how it works.
mm.
And then in 97, I went again to Thailand in search of medical Thai massage. I heard that there is something at Wat Po and other places. Um, yeah, and I went to the Ayurvedic college, but they didn't want to teach me because I was not a Thai citizen.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I went to the Ministry of Public Health, and they didn't want to hear from me.
Mm,
Um, but at Wat Po, they offer the 5 days therapy massage course, and they were teaching treatment, points or treatment formulas that were treating all the pains that I saw, all the problems, all the issues that I saw in my practice. Exactly. Um, I couldn't tell if they work or not. I didn't know. You know,
yeah. Yeah.
but um, I went back home, and for a year I would meet a friend of mine, a physical therapist. For a year, once a week we would meet for a few hours and study the point locations and line locations and trying to understand the diagnosis. And after half a year, we started to see clients, friends and family,
Mm,
and try these treatment routines. And uh, you know, you know, very surprised to see how effective they are.
mm.
Yeah. And after an additional year of working with these treatment routines, I was treating every friend, every family member, and then my clients. I started to teach it as well. And my students kept on asking me for a book. I prepared for them a book for the general Thai massage. They wanted a book for the medical Thai massage.
Mm.
And I was looking for such a book. Everyone that traveled to Thailand, I asked them to check and find, get me one book. But there was no book to be found. And after 8 years of teaching this, I realized that maybe I should be the one to compose this book and write this book. And
Wow.
some friends, you know, that study this course, people who do acupuncture, Chinese acupuncture, told me, look, you have to create a book because these treatment routines can be used, uh, using acupuncture as well, and they're very effective. You have to do it, and eventually, I said for 2 years, I stopped doing anything else, and I was writing this book. Actually, it was easy. I was teaching it for 8 years, so I only had to put it on paper. For me, it was not intellectually, it was not so difficult. Only design. I was busy with how to put it together to make it, as simple as possible. Not sure if I have succeeded with that. Perhaps too much information. I don't know. Yeah.
There is a lot of information in there, but I think you did a great job of organizing it. I think that for somebody personally that's learning the acupressure routines, to be able to look for, if someone comes and says, I have a shoulder issue or I have a neck issue, the way that you've mapped it out is very easy to then find exactly which acupressure routine. So I would say you did a great job with that. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Now, what about, like you had made mention that by going around Thailand and seeking out, like you said, you looked for like reference material which wasn't available. It sounds like you also came up against maybe a cultural element where maybe people weren't willing to share that information. And it seemed like from reading the introduction in your book that you had made mention that by compiling different bits of information from different teachers, that you were able to kind of synthesize it and put it all together. And just maybe so the listeners can appreciate that there's two different main styles of Thai massage in Thailand, like the North style and the Southern style. Do you see it as all like really similar, or did you find a lot of disparate information the more you looked around to try to put things together?
Yeah, first of all, I have to say that I'm not sure that I have not explored everything that should be explored, right? I I saw uh, two um, two big schools, let's say, of medical Thai massage. One is Wat Po, which is the people tradition, the people Thai massage, and one is the what comes from the Ayurvedic college and was taken by the Ministry of Public Health, but is the royal type Thai massage. And in the past, Thai citizen could take a 4 month course, 400 hours course. This course exists in the Ministry of Public Health initially, but later in the by the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Labor. They train people that will later work in hospitals. In most of Thailand's hospitals, clinics, uh, that use medical Thai massage.
Mm.
They learn a lot of anatomy and they do meditation every day and lucidaton every day. And they learn actually 10 treatment protocols. They use 55 points plus 6 extra points, about 60 points.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and these are very effective treatment routines. They use lines and points. At one call, they have 52 treatment routines. I added a few other treatment routines, uh, but they have over 200 points.
Ah.
The Ministry of Public Health, they teach one shoulder routine. At one point, they have 6 different routines for shoulder problems. Or the Ministry of Public Health, they treat only two lower back pains. What for 7 different routines. So actually, the treatment protocols are very similar. Only that same line, same points. Only that at what for they use more points. Some people say that too many points. I don't agree. Yeah. So I cannot say that these are different systems or different. Only one collection has more points, more treatment protocols, less general, more specific. And yeah. Old medicine hospital, they have a course and a manual with different treatment routines, which I never learned. I saw their manuals. Um, I don't want to say anything about it because I never tried them. But
Mm.
my feeling is that I'm not sure how effective they would be. They
Yeah.
have many points on the hands and on the foot, so it's more indirect, less, direct than, you understand?
Yes.
Um, so, and I talked with people that did this course, and I was wondering how effective these treatment routines were. I couldn't, I don't remember anybody saying that they are using these routines, but still, maybe these routines are very effective. It's hard for me to say for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I appreciate that. That's d- can for the listeners, are you able in a how would you explain if someone comes and asks you how come Thai massage acupressure works? In a simple answer, how do you explain to people why or how pressing points on the body releases chronic pain?
Maybe before I speak about this, which is a
Yes.
very, very good question, you spoke about Northern style.
Oh, thank you.
And, you know, in 1955, one doctor took a group of practitioners, 12 practitioners, and they held a seminar for, I think, 2 months. This is what he told me. Um, and they wanted to create a massage that they can teach in 5 days.
Uh,
So they said, okay, let's put out all the dangerous techniques, all the difficult techniques,
yeah.
and put together a routine that is easy to teach. You can teach it in 5 days. And they also and they created what today is Thai massage. Okay, this is what they teach until today at what point. And they also created what they call therapy massage course with formulas for treating pain. The founder of Wattpad told me that all the points are taken from the massage pavilion, the diagrams, uh, the massage pavilion at Wattpad. Other people told me that these are traditional formulas. They're really similar to the formulas of the um, royal type Thai massage. But anyway, this is yeah the general Thai massage course that they created is now famous and well known all over the world. This is basically what you teach, I guess. Um, but the medical Thai, the therapy massage, many people study this course, but never use it because this is too much information for 5 days and no reference, no book.
Mm.
Um, um, and one of the students of at Wat Paul went to Chiang Mai and opened the old medicine hospital. And the massage that he taught was what they teach in Bangkok.
Mm.
But when the school started to grow, and tourists started to be interested in massage, he asked his cousin, I think, an accountant from Bangkok, to come and help him in the school. And
Huh.
he had some plans for business, and he said, we need to, we have to have our own style because otherwise why should people choose us and not go to what pro? So,
Mm.
but let's create our own style. And together with one of the students, shiatsu practitioner, a yoga teacher, Harold Boost, Shukananda, known as
Yes.
Shukananda, that was Chomkon,
Yes.
John ITM. They slightly changed they slightly changed the massage of Bangkok. Chongkon say that the line work of Bangkok is too deep, too painful, and a good massage, the client should fall asleep. So they they develop this soft technique that is really nice to work softly, and
Uh,
they introduce a few stretches. But this is actually the massage of Bangkok. It's not a northern style.
uh,
It's not in my style. It's just if you want to speak about northern style, maybe the hill tribe people do something different. I never got a massage there, but
that's interesting. I didn't know all that details. That's because I've studied with Chong Call, and that's a great distinction to make between thinking that that is northern style as opposed to what you're saying that really that's the southern style just made gentler, softer.
and
Yeah.
a few more stretches. Ashokananda was a yoga teacher, young man. Of the,
Interesting. That makes me think then the evolution of we keep hearing the storyline that the origins of Thai massage are, the influence of the Ayurvedic schools coming in from India, the influence of the Chinese medicine coming from China, and then that synthesis being put together. Um, do you agree with that simplicity in that story, or it seems that it's obviously a continuous evolution of people practicing at least the combination of passive stretching and acupressure. Have you heard or are you familiar with a different origin story of Thai massage than the one I just mentioned?
you know, uh, India, they have this big tradition of medicine, and Thai medicine is actually the old Indian medicine. Ayurveda is relatively new, 700 years, but Thai medicine, Tibetan medicine, is the older medicine of India, and of course Chinese influence. But um, when I created my video guide, the book is on video, the book the Thai Acupressure book. I wanted to hire a Thai editor, video editor, to do the work for me. And he asked me, why you foreigners are so, interested in Thai massage, you pay for courses and you create videos and books. You can just do it. We do it in our families, at home. We don't have to go to courses, and you can see people treat each other. You can see kids treating their parents, and you can see how they, use their elbows, and it's something that comes very natural to them. And I don't know if they needed Ayurveda and acupuncture to create their massage. Not necessarily, huh? It's I don't know. I mean, you have to ask historians, and Pierce Guerrero studied this a bit, and it's good to hear what he has to say. But I also have to tell you, I was also interested in the Chinese meridians and points, before I learned medical Thai massage. Uh, but first of all, you have to know that for people who do acupuncture, they don't care about the meridians at all. They have points. Meridians are only lines that connect between points. They don't work lines. Maybe Twina, they work lines. Huh? Shiatsu, the original Shiatsu was pressing acupressure points. But later, Matsunaga in the 60s said that lines are more important. Um, but um, if people want to know where the lines, where the correct location of lines, and I have to say that it doesn't have to come from outside. That someone, reading old text, where are the lines? No. First comes the practice, and only then the theory. The theory comes later. So if, for example, you sprain your ankle. You sprain your outer ankle. And I want to treat you. And I know Thai massage. I know that I have to work clients. So I try to work your leg lines. And then I find that it's not so much the thigh lines, but the lower leg lines. And I try the inner leg lines, the back lines, the, the lateral, the outside of the leg lines. And the inside lines are not relevant. You don't feel that they speak with the pain. But then when I touch certain lines of the side position, you say, yeah, yes, yes, this is exactly, you need me, you want me to press the lines. And I will also feel that these lines, for example, tibialis anterior, it will be like iron, it will be hard. And you will want me to, work more and more and more, you will beg me to work on this line. And then there would be a line between tibialis anterior and peroneus. That will be a second line that will be very hungry, and another one on the fibula on peroneus too. This will be, I will try all the lines, but there will be 3 or 4 lines there that are stiff and hungry. And working on this line, there will be certain points that will ask me, can you please stay there? No, a little bit up, move a little bit there. Yeah, there, exactly, press. And soon my thumbs will be painful, so I will use sticks or I will use my elbow or my knees, and I can write this down and say, okay, sprain out her ankle, these lines, these points. Since we are so similar, 80% chance that the next person with an outer ankle sprain, I can use these lines and points. When I have my next line, I will try again all the leg lines, and I will find that he likes exactly the lines and points that you like. 90%. And then a third person, if I have 3 people all wanting me to press the same lines and same points, I have to write it down and send it to Noam, okay? So if you want to create your book, keep it for yourself. And how it works. So, and later you can publish a book, and but the theory comes later. First, and the true line, the correct lines are the lines that can hear, are the hungry lines, the stiff lines.
That's some great insight, Noam. I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying in terms of how to make it practical and work with each person individually as opposed to the textbook element. But that's awesome, man. That's a great way to look at it. I appreciate that. You had made mention that there's this like Southern style that maybe is a little bit rougher. How do you gauge how much pressure to use? Obviously, I know everyone has a different theory about, and I know it's obviously a very like specific in the moment, person by person specific. But are you looking to create just enough pressure that the person's just about ready to jump up off of the mat? Or are you a fan of doing like more soft, or how has that evolved in your practice over the years?
I'm not 100% sure. If you go to Thailand and get a massage from the more professional, serious practitioners, for them, a professional practitioner should torture you. I mean, it should be a torture from the very first second to the very last second. Really, be a torture. And if you cannot torture your client, you're not good. So this is how the more professional, it's a tendency among professional practitioners there to work this way. But you can find also practitioners that do not work so deep. I don't know if there are Thai practitioners that work softly. I mean, only if they don't know how to work, but it should be either always deep, deep or very, very deep. And for me, when I get a massage, I want it to be deep. I want it to be on the verge of pain. I want it to be the deep feelings, deep sensations, and with everybody it's different. So I should look for the place where it's almost painful for you, but also giving you what you need. Because if it's not strong enough, you'll be frustrated. If it's too strong, you become tight, and I don't think that it's good for the flow.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a good point. I agree. I feel like the first Thai massage I had was at Watpo, and I had a similar sort of feeling like of like there was a magic about it that I left kind of feeling like, what was that? That was incredible. Um, I apologize. We're getting an alert on my phone. It should be quiet in a second here. And that's a good way to signal also the feeling of incredible intensity, like you're talking about, where I've just never been worked on so deeply before, where it was felt so uncomfortable. But then afterward, I always felt like, wow, something evolved and something changed. So I, that's cool. It's good to hear from you about how you kind of feel like it should be strong enough that you notice something's going on, but maybe the torture element is just a little intense for the Westerners. I don't know. I hear you. Where do you I know that we've had a little bit of pause in terms of our ability to maybe practice and teach. And I think both of us are feeling like, the COVID's going to shift and we'll be right back to where we were. Do you feel like that in the evolution process of Thai massage, do you foresee yourself teaching and practicing Thai massage until you're for the rest of your life? Are you still feeling really inspired by it? Do you where are you at, and where do you kind of see yourself and your Thai massage practice moving forward in the future?
Um, I love teaching. I don't see myself stop teaching in the near future. Um, and I also love to create study kids materials. I enjoyed a lot compiling the book that you showed. And later I worked for 3 years on a video guide. The entire book is on video, 100 hours video. That was really great. Um, I created another book. I don't know if you're aware, you know this book.
I haven't
Yoga.
ordered. Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't ordered that one yet. No, that'll be my next one I'm going to get from you.
I'll send you one.
Thank you. I'm excited to order. All right. And that's specifically working with prenatal and pregnancy.
Exactly, and which is not Thai massage. Perhaps that should be a different, topic for a different, conversation. Thai
Mm,
massage is the best possible method to treat pregnant women, and we miss most of it because we don't understand well enough the contraindications. So we just put aside, uh, so much that is good. But if we could only understand better the contraindications, we would know how to navigate and how to do it correctly so that, um, yeah, pregnant women love all the stretches that we avoid, and supine position should not be avoided automatically. And yeah, it's a different conversation.
yeah, that's awesome. I hear you. And so you kind of developed that through trial and error and having the opportunity to work with lots of women that were pregnant. Yeah.
I never studied that in Thailand. I'm not sure what they teach there. I spoke with my teachers and asked them what they do, but they never took a course there. And at least my first teacher, Thai Acupressure, she's doing everything. I spoke with another teacher. Um, yeah, just my experience, yeah, my, when I found out that so many things are contraindicated, we said, oh, I have to teach it differently. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing, Noam. I mean, I find one of the biggest challenges that I was up against when I returned to Florida after studying in Thailand is that when I would advertise and or let people know that I practiced Thai massage at that time period, no one really knew what it was at all. It was like, and so little by little and just keep practicing and educating people and slowly building a practice and developing or getting people excited about it. I still find that it still almost seems very relatively unknown, so to speak. And I guess where I'm inspired by what you've done is not only have you continued the practice, but you've really pioneered the field, in my opinion. So I guess I'd like to say thank you for kind of keeping the excitement about Thai massage and the passion for Thai massage and really going above and beyond with making materials and ways for therapists that want to study this technique. I'm going to include all of the links so that people listening will be able to find you on your website and the courses that you offer and the materials that you offer. And so that I'd like to just kind of ask you though another question, if you don't mind. The if someone was to ask, then I know there's a lot of modalities out there for massage therapy. I can go get a Swedish massage or a craniosacral massage, or I can have neuromuscular massage. How would you answer someone if someone asks you, why should I get a Thai massage? What's so great about it? Like, apart from everything we've already mentioned, but you have a few moments with someone and you want to kind of get them excited about it. What is something that you share to help educate?
Well, I don't know what to say and how to say it exactly, but if you're asking me how to compare Thai massage with other methods, and personally, I find Thai massage for me the most effective. Shiatsu also, Shiatsu and Thai massage are really very similar. For me, they're identical actually. And um, the thing, any treatment that is given on a table, massage table, or you say massage bed, how do you say
Massage table.
massage table? Uh, there's a problem with the flow because the client is, cannot put his hand a little bit, he has to remain stiff in a way. He cannot really relax. This is a problem. And if you could only if you do a Swedish massage and you can have your client on a bed on the floor, that will be much better already, huh? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so being able to be on the floor, stage, but wide mat, where the movement is free, the client can assume any position they like. This is already good. And in Thai massage, also, you know, deep tissue massage, I got it once and they worked on the lines, you know. Also, I got a very good once, Swedish massage. It worked very deeply on the lines. So that was perfect. The
Yeah.
thing is, it's good to be aware of the lines and work the lines, give it deep lines work and and also know the points, right?
Mhm.
But uh, um, what we also have in Thai massage is that it's not only the skin or the muscle, it's the line, which is the deeper level, but we also work, we have the stretches. Uh, We can we stretch the lines, or we stretch muscles, or we stretch the joints. And if you don't use stretches, you know, some people don't use stretches. People with different, you know, issues, spinal problems and so on. So it's a bit dangerous to stretch the spine. Uh, but otherwise, stretches are very needed to create a real flow. Otherwise, you work the body and some of the flow doesn't move away, doesn't move out of the body or doesn't circulate fully. So the fact that we have, you know, we don't only work on the skin, not only on the muscle, we do work the lines and we use stretches, plus we work on the internal organs as well, especially through a stomach massage. This is very good, very important.
Yeah.
But we work on all levels, right? Not only on the skin or muscle.
Yes. That's perfect, Noam. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you answering all my questions, and I'm thankful for you to take some time out of your day to share with us. I before we finish, I just want to remind everybody that your book is really incredible, and I highly recommend every person who's into massage and Thai massage to check it out. I hope that I can have conversation with you in the future, and I look forward to taking some classes with you and studying. Hopefully, I know it was about 10 years ago when you first were, or there was some time while you were over here in the southeast of the states. So I'm really hoping that things change and evolve, and we can start traveling around and one day inviting you here to Florida to teach some classes. That would be a bit of uh, something that I really hope one day that we can make that happen.
Yeah, I love that. I love the States. I love to teach in the States. I love, you know, to teach Americans.
That's that's awesome, though. I hope one day. I've never been to Israel, but I hear so many great things about it. I can't wait to come over and check it out sometime.
So come and visit me.
I will. Yeah. If I want to get my whole family over there, actually. I have someone here in Florida who she goes every year, and she's like, "You've got to come with us." She says it's so incredible, the culture and the food and the overall vibe is so amazing. So I really I'm looking forward. I'm trying, I think that being real positive here and just like seeing that all this kind of craziness is going to shift.
Only a matter of time. Some
Yes.
years.
Yes. Well, thank you, Noam, so much. I really appreciate it. I hope that to catch up with you soon again. And thanks again for taking time with me today.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.